What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of our Oakland Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 23. Now, part way through August, this is really the nitty-gritty of the season, and we've been kind of in borderline playoff contention, or really the entirety of the season. I feel like we got like 5 games over 500, like in the first or second episode of the season, and then we've just stayed there. Now only 2 games over 500, but still for sure in the race. But we have to have a strong stretch here if we want to keep our hopes alive. I'd like to still be competitive in September to the point where these games are mattering. But I think for this episode, I want to play against the Atlanta Braves. I feel like the Braves have probably, if not the best offense, definitely one of the best offenses in the game. And I've been just kind of thinking about past episodes in this series and how it seems like every time we play, the pitchers just have really good games. And so I'm thinking about maybe increasing the difficulty. And I feel like the Braves would be a good test to see if that's something that we actually should do. Just because I feel like every time we actually hop in and play the games, we end up with the win. And I don't think we're at the point of the franchise yet where that should be the case. And so if we're winning too much, then at that point, you just sometimes got to take a look at the difficulty and ramp it up a bit. But I think, yeah, like I said, the Braves will be a good test to see if at least the pitching difficulty. I don't think I need to raise the difficulty of the hitting. That's one thing I like about this game is that you can have different difficulty settings on pitching and hitting. So I believe we will simulate 2 of these games. Got a little mini series win against the Padres, but only split against Detroit. I feel like that was a series we definitely needed to win. We are a little bit closer here now, just 3 games back the wild card. Definitely still in contention for that. Before we hop into this Braves game, though, I thought I'd offer a contract extension to Ramon Laureano. He has had a very good year this year, at least in comparison to the first 2 years, and I think he's earned at least an offer. I'm not going to try to go crazy anything. I'd be willing to go up to a 2-year 8, but this is with a club option. I just feel like this is 1 year. It's by far his best year since like 2019 or 2018. I can't remember. So I don't want to pay him like it's a sure thing that he's going to continue this. But looks like 2 years, $8 million with the club option is not what Ramon Laureano is looking for. Still not opposed to bringing him back in the offseason, but it looks like we might have to wait until then to get that contract done. So let's go ahead and hop into this first game against the Atlanta Braves. A strong series here could go a long way towards pushing us over the top and actually finally being in the wild card. We've been in the race, in the first couple teams right outside of it for so long this season. I'd like to actually try to push and actually be in the wild card at least, if not win the division. Ian Happ coming up first. He will single this one, caught by Riley there, and the first out of the game acquired for Atlanta. Gleyber Torres up next, 1-2 pitch coming up for him. And that is a swing and a miss, low in the strike zone. So 2 outs quickly for the Athletics. That brings up Bobby Witt. This one is low, and we'll get a base runner here, top of the first. 2 outs. Can we do something to bring Bobby Witt across? No, we cannot. Strike out there to end the inning. And we'll go scoreless here, top of the first. Now Trevor Rogers making the start here. So yes, we are facing the Braves. It is against our ace though, so maybe wouldn't expect the highest scoring game, but I would still expect the Braves to be able to get some hits on him, and they will do that. Vaughn Grisham will get a hit right up the middle and get a single for Atlanta. Ronald Acuna will be thrown out. No double play ball there. And so a runner in scoring position here, bottom of the first for the Braves, as we take a look at this just potent lineup, especially that 2-3-4 slot right there. Everyone hitting at least 290 there. We don't even have anyone hitting that high, I don't think. Maybe one, but Braves won't be able to advance that runner in scoring position, and we'll be knotted at 0-0 through the first inning. Boyce McDermott able to reach base with a walk, the second for the A's here. And Boyce McDermott trying to steal a bag is tagged out, doing it. I don't mind the aggression at all. Early in the game, try to get a guy in scoring position with no outs. Certainly would have been beneficial towards getting us a run across the board, but doesn't work out for us. Seth Brown ends up ending his at-bat with a hit, so right back to where we were with the man on first. Lawrence Butler lifts this one to center field, but not nearly enough carry. That's going to end the second inning for the Athletics. Still 0-0. Trevor Rogers will strike out Matt Olson with a nice slider. Gets him to miss on that swing. And bringing up Christian Walker, not having a great year, only hitting 190, but this one's crushed deep to center. Almost left the park here, but on the warning track, Lawrence Butler able to make the play. 1-2 pitch now for Sean Murphy. Will get the inside part of the zone and strike out to end the inning. Some strong stuff from Trevor Rogers. Doing a good job painting the corners of the zones early on. 2-2, and that's looked at for Ian Happ. Tough strikeout looking there. I was kind of sitting on a breaking ball, but it just doesn't end up breaking. So Gleyber Torres would end up grounding out after that to end the third. So a lot of good pitching, I suppose, to start this one. To the first 5 half innings. Will Myers with an ugly swing on a slider well inside the zone. We'll get another strikeout for Trevor Rogers. He's starting to rack him up a little bit here. Now, in the 9 spots, Jonathan Shoop. I have no idea. I have never heard this guy's name said in my life, but he'll get a single right down that first base line, bringing up Vaughn Grisham. Later in the inning, lifts this one deep, but Boyce McDermott seems to have a good track on it. He'll make the play and end the third. Top of the fourth now for Oakland. Can we finally get some offense going here? Not looking likely, as with 1 out, Franmil Reyes pops this one in the infield. On Grisham doesn't have to try too hard for that one. Boyce McDermott also gets underneath this one. So 4 straight scoreless innings for this Athletic offense. I know in MLB we're ranked pretty good for power, but not enough for contact. So I think, as we're starting to approach the offseason, getting some more contact on the team will certainly be a priority, as we see a beautiful strikeout there by Trevor Rogers on Acuna, of course, one of the best young hitters in the game. But that's going to be a priority. Of course, drafted Darryl Kohler, who's going to come in and be a good contact hitter, I think, with some power as well, to play third base, but he's not going to come and instantly play for our MLB team by any means. That's not something I want to really set a precedent for. I know we did it with Boyce McDermott as Seth Brown lifts this one to right field. And in a game where nobody's really doing much, Seth Brown now has 2 hits. Well, like I said, I think Boyce McDermott was a very special case where generational prospect, also had a really good spring training. But Shea Langeliers gets a hold of this one into left field. That one won't be caught. Should bring Seth Brown home and an RBI double for Shea Langeliers. And finally, a run is scored in this ball game. So, as you can tell, I don't think I need to increase the difficulty for my batting, as I'm not really just cranking everything as we get our first run scored in the 5th inning, but maybe pitching could be something that we increase the Hall of Fame difficulty. That would be something that if we end up making the playoffs this year, I would do for the playoffs or for year 4, either one. And then maybe eventually I'll be good enough at my hitting timing in this game to do hitting at Hall of Fame as well. But that will be a grounder that will bring in Shea Langoliers. So now 2-0 lead for the Oakland Athletics, bringing up Ian Happ. He gets a nice hold of this one. Love the sound of that bat. That one is deep and back and gone. And that's a solo shot for Ian Happ, extending our lead to 3-0. So scoreless through 4 innings, but a nice 5th inning here. That's starting to get loud. Is starting to get used to, you know, Huascar Ynoa's pitches and the timing on said pitches, and starting to see some results here in the 5th. Nice to get some runs across the board for sure. That would be all that would happen in the 5th for us, though. Trevor Rogers coming out and allowing a base hit to start the 5th to Christian Walker. So with one man on first, Sean Murphy comes up to the plate, and he's got this one deep. This one will touch down. The throw from Boyce McDermott will hold the runner at 3rd, but now we've got 2 runners in scoring position for Will Myers. The 0-1 pitch. This one's going to be handled by Ian Happ, and the runners will not advance. So now 1 out. Need another strikeout or pop out to get out of this jam, but Jonathan Scoop is going to get a hold of this one. I gotta search this man's name up. The fact that we're probably not going to play the Braves very often, I might never have to say his name again, but he will get 2 runs across. So all I guess it took was to get to inning 5, and now both offenses are looking good. Very nice located slider there by Rogers. Kicking himself a little bit there for allowing those 2 runs after a very strong start, but we still hold the lead. Bobby Witt has drawn a walk in this game. He'll draw another here. He, of course, was on absolute fire in last episode. I think I ended up with a 16-game hit streak that we ended, but his batting average has been slowly increasing throughout the year, getting better and better, and his ratings are showing it as well. Boyce McDermott gonna end the inning here with a pop out to foul territory. Full count pitch for Ronald Acuna, just can't get the call there. I thought that easily could have been called for a strike. Austin Riley hits this one deep into right field, and it is gone. A 2-run shot will give the Braves the lead here in the 6th. Just when I was saying that the CPU's not getting enough offense, now we're all of a sudden getting rocked here. Ended up substituting out Trevor Rogers after that home run. JT Ginn comes in and racks up a couple of strikeouts in a row. Now facing Sean Murphy, and this one's also hit deep, this time to left, back and gone. And now the Braves will extend their lead. Yeah, maybe we don't need to increase the pitching difficulty. My guys are getting absolutely rocked here in the middle innings after a really strong start by our ace, Trevor Rogers. And now, got to get out of this inning. JT Ginn would end up getting 3 strikeouts in that inning, just allowing a home run in there also was maybe not ideal. That's a bad swing by me for the Seth Brown strikeout. Bringing up Shea Langoliers. He also strikes out swinging. Not the best look. Lawrence Butler, can he do something? He's Coming clutch for us many times in the past. This time, though, gets underneath. And we go down quietly in the 7th. Rafael Ortega comes up for the Braves. This one will be caught by Bobby Witt. Just cannot quite make the play. Ortega with just enough speed to reach first base there. Von Grisham gets a hold of this, but Boyce McDermott able to find it. Hold the runner at first. 1 out now, bottom 7th. Acuna comes up and just watches the sinker for another strikeout for again. We've been striking out the Braves, it seems, a decent bit, but when they're getting a hold of balls, they certainly are getting a good hold of them. But Gleyber Torres, let's watch that one again. So nice, you gotta see it twice. The leaping grab to end the inning. Love the shot there from MLB The Show 23, just showing us the back of Seth Brown's jersey. 3-1 for Ramon Laureano. He will reach base via walk. And now we have the top of the lineup. This is really the time to come out and gain some momentum. This is gonna be down and over the wall for an automatic double. Ian Happ coming in very clutch for the squad in this game. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Base knock could tie this game from Gleyber Torres. He strikes out. Ugly, ugly swing by me on the slider, well outside the zone. Bobby Witt has a 99 clutch stat. Can he bring him home? Not if I keep swinging at these sliders. What am I doing, dude? My discipline is not where it needs to be. Got in a position where I had 2 strikes and I just had to protect, and the slider always fools me, it seems like. So a perfect opportunity. 2 runners in scoring position, no outs, and we couldn't bring anyone across. Major sell by me. Domingo Acevedo came in the 8th and was able to retire the Braves quietly. So we get 1 more shot. But after blowing that one in the 8th, my confidence in my ability to do that was not great. Boyce McDermott will get on base via walk. He's got some speed. Honestly, like a double from Seth Brown could bring Boyce McDermott all the way home, but instead it's hit right to shorts. And a 6-4-3 double play. Things are not looking good here for the Athletics. Shea Langoliers is actually going to get that one to drop. So once again, a man on first. We could get a home run here from Lawrence Butler. We could tie this game, but it's a chopper. And that one will get through. All right, so a runner in scoring position once again. The team is not giving up yet, but now we've got the 9th hitter. Like I said, Ramon Laureano has been a lot better this year than he has been in the first 2. Can he come through here? High fastball coming in at 99 miles an hour. Ramon gets under it. And the Braves will pick up the victory here, 5-3. All the scoring for both teams happened in innings 5 and 6. I'm just going to kind of quick sim these other 2 games in the series. We're able to knot it back up 1 apiece. Jack Flaherty at the mound this time. Pitched a pretty good game as the Braves are held to just 2 runs. And we score 9 ourselves. So that will may mean the series with the Braves will be decided in Game 3. We'll also, just like we did this one, do a quick sim of that. Picking up 15 hits. You love to see it. Multiple guys with multiple hit games. And the player of the game will be Franmil Reyes with a home run and 5 RBIs. You got to think, was that a grand slam? I feel like there's a high likelihood of that being the case. The Braves would end up taking this series, though, with a 6-4 victory. They have the home games here. And to be quite honest, they are the better team. So it's not surprising that they take this series. Glad to avoid the sweep, but I think a win in this series would have given us a nice shot of momentum, giving us some confidence that we can beat the top-end teams. Now 4.5 games back in the wild card. I think being competitive in the wild card, having, a very interesting September, it's going to be kind of tough. We have a lot of division games coming up at the top of September. That's probably what our focus will be for the next episode. But we got to have a very strong September, basically, if we're going to make the playoffs. And even though playoffs weren't the goal at the start of this season, I would love to make them. That would be really cool. Just, the infusion of the combined improvement of Bobby Witt with just the addition of Boyce McDermott. Those things can propel us to maybe an early playoff appearance. I wouldn't hate it. That's all I have for this video. We'll be back soon with another, and I will see you then.